Story begins with a peaceful area of Ukraine, shown to the Danvers, where a man named Mikola lived with his pregnant wife Nastia in a small hut. They were both very happy in their married life. Nastia was a drawing artist. She loved to draw and paint on wood. One day, to protect Mikola, she made an angel of wood and tied it to Mikola's side. Mikola used to teach math in a school near her house. He used to go to school every day to teach his children on his bicycle. Outside his house, a white symbol of peace was made. Here we see that because Mikola's house did not have any electronic devices such as TV, she could not get any news of the world. When Mikola went to school, he used to watch the news on TV for a while during the break. One day, he finds out from the news on TV that protesters are being killed in the capital of Ukraine, and Russia wants to attack Ukraine and occupy it. Now after hearing this news, Mikola goes to the class to teach the children, and he teaches the children very lovingly and well. But in the same class, a naughty boy named Ivan also studied, who did not like Mikola at all. And that's why whenever he got a chance, he would insult Mikola and keep thinking about getting Mikola out of school. But Mikola was never angry with his actions. One morning when Mikola was going to school, he sees some soldiers on the way whom he does not pay much attention to and moves on. Now as soon as he reaches school, he sees that the whole school is empty, which makes him think a little. Then he sees a news on TV in which it was shown that the Russian army has entered Ukraine to occupy Ukraine. From which he understands that the soldiers he saw on the way were actually Russian soldiers. Now as soon as he understands the whole matter, he immediately runs to his house. Because Nastia was alone at home. But now it was too late. Because the Russian soldiers were beating his wife. And when Mikola tries to save his wife, the Russian soldiers also catch and kill her. Mikola requests them that my wife is pregnant, so please don't kill her. Hearing this, the Russian soldiers set fire to their house and leave. Now seeing his house on fire, Nastia gets angry, and as soon as she starts hitting the Russian soldiers, a Russian soldier shoots him and kills him. Mikola sits next to his wife's body and starts crying. A few hours later, 2 Ukrainian soldiers come to Mikola, and after recognizing him, his wife is sad for Nastia and digs a grave for her and tells Mikola to bury his wife here. Mikola buries his wife in that grave. Now, because the Russian soldiers had burned his house and killed his wife, he was burning in the fire of revenge. That when will he take revenge for his wife's death from the Russian soldiers? So he requests the Ukrainian soldiers to take me with them, and I also want to join the Ukrainian army. Hearing this, the Ukrainian soldiers start taking him to the military base. But before going, Mikola keeps the wooden angel with him, which his wife had made for his safety. When they reach the military base, their commander does not include Mikola in the army and says that this man can also be a spy. But Mikola tells the commander that the Russian soldiers burned my house and they killed my wife in front of my eyes and left from there. So I have no reason to live now, and I will kill the Russian soldiers and save my country, so that the Russian soldiers do not destroy someone else's house. Hearing this, the commander admits Mikola to the Ukrainian army and his training begins. Mikola did not know anything about guns, and when the rest of the soldiers were assembling the guns, Mikola assembles the slowest gun in front of them, which makes all the soldiers feel that he will never be able to become a good soldier. But Mikola puts his full focus on training so that he can become a good soldier as soon as possible. And on the same day, when he is training, he tells his seniors not to call him Mikola. He keeps his codename Revan, on which his seniors laugh at him and tell him that no one gets a codename like this. It takes a lot of hard work for him, so Mikola keeps training with all his efforts. When all the soldiers were sleeping at night, Mikola continued his practice alone. One day his commander tells them that we lack snipers, so which of you want to become a sniper? Hearing this, very few people raise their hands. But one of them was Mikola, who makes everyone laugh. The commander tells him that you don't even know how to assemble a gun, you can never become a sniper. But Mikola says that I can be a good sniper and I can prove it. He tells the commander that you can take any test of mine. Then the commander gives him a test and says that you will have to assemble this AK-47 gun in just 20 seconds. Then Mikola starts assembling the gun blindfolded and assembles the AK-47 in just 18 seconds. Everyone is surprised to see this, and those who were laughing at Mikola earlier, now they start clapping for him. After this, Mikola's sniper training begins, and Mikola learns sniper training with all his heart. Just a few days later, the day comes when all these snipers had to be given guns. Here, all the other snipers are given a new and better model of the gun. But there, Mikola is given an old model gun that did not even work properly. Seeing such discrimination with himself, Mikola tells his seniors that, "Sir, give me a new model gun too." On which his senior tells him angrily that first you will have to prove that you are a good sniper. After that, you will get a new model gun, for which Mikola gets ready. Now all these snipers start their last training, in which the senior first tells all the snipers that when you will be aiming at your enemy, then you do not have to move at all, no matter what the situation is, and just focus on your target and shoot it. After this, the senior starts shooting at all the snipers one by one. And if any soldier moves a little in fear of being shot, he is removed from the training. Similarly, when the senior shoots at Mikola, he lies in his place without fear. Here, Mikola tries to aim at his target with the same old gun. But then his senior tells him that you will only get to see your target once. And as soon as Mikola sees his target, his eyes are covered, which makes Mikola's aim a little off. But everyone knew that if Mikola was given a new gun and nothing was kept in front of his eyes, then he would have hit his target perfectly. But no one talks about it, and Mikola doesn't pay much attention to it. At night, these snipers have a night shoot test, in which all the snipers have to shoot at their targets in the light of the flare gun of the trainer. But Mikola didn't shoot because he was very good at math. That's why he quickly puts the idea of the distance of his target in his mind in the light of the flare gun. And then when it gets completely dark, he shoots his target, and his target is right in the center, which no one else could do except him. The next day, all of them get the result, and the senior says to Mikola, "You have passed." After this, Colonel Mikola is told to pack all your necessary things quickly because you have to go on an important mission with the rest of the snipers. Now their first mission was that the Russian army had captured a checkpoint nearby, which they had to get rid of. That's why Mikola enters that area with his fellow snipers, and everyone takes their gun position. Here they are given one target each. As soon as these people are about to shoot at the Russian army, they see that a car is going towards the checkpoint, which the colonel tells everyone not to shoot. Meanwhile, the Russian army stops the car in which the couple was going somewhere. The Russian army takes them out of the car, takes their passports and keeps them with them, and starts torturing them very badly. Seeing this, as soon as the colonel tells the sniper to shoot, all the snipers shoot their targets at once and finish them. Now the first mission of these snipers was successful, so all of them happily return to the base. Then Mikola sees that his other companions are not in the base, and when he asks about it, he finds out that they have gone on another mission. Here Mikola also finds out that many of his companions have been killed on that mission, and only one sniper, whose name is Seri, has killed them, who is the best sniper of the Russian army. A few days later, their next mission begins, for which all the snipers reach the place where the Russian army was about to come to occupy. First of all, Mikola starts fitting bombs on these places with his companions and hides himself in the grass and waits for the Russians to come. Now as soon as the Russian army starts coming there, Mikola sees that his student Ivan was also in that Russian army, who used to bother him all the time in school, and now he had joined the Russian army. Mikola does not like to kill his student, but as soon as the colonel orders the shoot, Mikola, after thinking a little, shoots at the bomb, keeping his emotions aside, which kills Ivan and all the Russian army men. After this, the colonel asks him in anger that what were you thinking, so Mikola tells him that one of those Russian soldiers was also my student, who had joined the Russian army. Then the colonel explains to him that it was Ivan's choice that he joined the traitors, so you don't have to feel bad for your student. After this, they return to the base. Here, the colonel spends most of his time with Mikola, because now he started trusting Mikola completely. The colonel tells Mikola that I have 2 daughters and they don't know that I work as a colonel in the army. I have told them that I do a very big business, and my wife also does not tell my daughters that I am on the post of colonel. Hearing this, Mikola also becomes very emotional while showing the last sign of his wife to the colonel. These people came here because they found out from somewhere that some Russian soldiers were coming here to capture. In this mission, the colonel was with Mikola. Just after a while, Mikola notices that the soldier who shot his wife also came with those Russian soldiers. That soldier was exactly on Mikola's target. Seeing this, Mikola asks the colonel that can I shoot him? To which the colonel says that not now. Mikola again sees that the Russian soldier is exactly on his target and maybe he will never get this chance again. So he asks the colonel again and the colonel refuses him again. Now, because Mikola's mission was to take revenge for his wife, he cannot control himself and shoots that soldier and kills him. But this tells the Russian soldiers about them. Colonel gets angry at Mikola that what did you do? That's when Sari, who was a fast-moving sniper of the Russian army, shoots the colonel and kills him. And all the Russian soldiers start throwing bombs at him, because of which Mikola picks up the colonel's body and starts running away from there. But after a while, he goes out of the range of the Russians. Mikola comes back to the base, but he was very sad because the colonel was killed because of his mistake. Mikola now swears that he will find Sari from somewhere and kill her and avenge the death of the colonel. That's why he leaves alone for the next mission. After going a little far, he finds out the location of some Russian snipers, from which he fixes his target and shoots a Russian sniper and kills him. But then the second Russian sniper shoots at Mikola, from which Mikola's hand comes out after touching the bullet and he gets injured. But still Mikola shoots that sniper and kills him. Now, because Mikola was injured, he goes to a secret den and waits for his wound to heal. Then the army head calls him and says that our army has found the sniper who killed the captain. The head tells Mikola to come to the base quickly, from which Mikola reaches the base. Now, before the mission starts, all the soldiers are given all the information that the bullets of that sniper go very far. He has killed 5 of the most effective Ukrainian snipers and 3 machine gunners so far. And that sniper's name is Sari. The head also tells them that Sari first kills the Ukrainian soldiers and then records their photos and videos and posts them on the internet so that they can break the morale of the Ukrainian people and especially the Ukrainian army and they give up. Sari's posts on the internet revealed the location of the Ukrainian army. Here, some soldiers say that we should lay mines at that location. Then Mikola tells them that no, we cannot do this because until we lay mines at those places, Sari will clean us. So the head tells them that we will go there in 2 groups. One group will attack those Russian snipers from the front, in which they will get busy. Only then will the other group attack them, which will distract them. And Mikola will take advantage of this and go inside that building, where there will be Russian snipers and kill them. After the plan is made, these people do exactly the same and soon reach their position and succeed in distracting the Russians, and Mikola gets a chance to enter the building. Mikola sees 2 Russian snipers in front of him, attacks them, kills them and moves on. Mikola tells his comrades to clear my way, so that all the Ukrainian soldiers kill many Russian soldiers and clear the way for him. Mikola moves on. At the same time, Sari notices that no soldier is reporting to him, which makes him a little suspicious and he himself goes to the roof to check. Because there was also a Russian sniper on the roof who was now dead. Seeing this, he comes back to his position. Then he sees Mikola's wife's toy. At the same time, Mikola jumps from above and kills Sari. Then another Russian sniper hears a little sound, which alerts him. But Mikola throws a grenade at him at the same time, and now that sniper's job is done. But here we see that when Sari went up to check on the roof, he called his Russian army and called backup. That's why the Russian army is coming there now. They didn't know that Sari was killed. That's why they call Sari and contact him. But Mikola picks up the call and says that your time is up now. Saying this, he shoots the truck driver, so that all the Russian soldiers get out of the truck. But they didn't know that the Ukrainian snipers had already targeted them. That's when all the Ukrainian snipers rain bullets on them and kill them. Now after killing everyone, Mikola goes to his wife's grave. And he says to her with a sad heart that I have taken revenge from my enemies. But now I have to serve my country, so I have to go. Saying this, he leaves for his next mission. And this is where this great movie ends. Friends, don't forget to